Arsenal have agreed personal terms with Mikel Merino. Lots of reports in Spain. Various newspapers and Spanish outlets are coming out saying that he wants an Arsenal move. Fabrizio Romano has said that he's very, very high on the wish list at Arsenal. And there's even reports coming out that Arsenal want both Ruiz and Mikel Merino. The Standard have been linking Leroy Sané back with a move to link up again with Mikel Arteta. If you're new to the channel, we are less than 10 subscribers away from 16K. Do you know what? We're going to change this. We are going to change this. The road to 20K is well and truly on. The support on this channel is absolutely bonkers. Big up to every single one of you guys. Over 7,000 new subscribers this month. I hope each and every one of you enjoy the content. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video. The like game on this channel is incredibly strong. We've hit 1,000 likes. 1,000 likes on 4 of the last 5 videos. So go down, show your support. Check out the earlier video regarding Manchester United. And if they, I swear to God, if they bring in both Mikel Merino and Fabian Ruiz, oh man, Tottenham have just about got Archie Gray over the line. The worst thing about it is the level of ambition between Arsenal and Tottenham is night and day at the moment. It's night and day, the level of ambition. Take your rival hat off. Take your bias. Take the salt out of it for just one moment. The level of ambition from Arsenal Football Club compared to Tottenham is night and day. It's night and day. Here we go from the Standard. Mikel Merino to Arsenal. Arsenal have agreed a 4-year contract with Mikel Merino. According to Sports Zone, the Real Sociedad player has given the green light and a move to North London. All that awaits is the transfer fee being agreed between the two clubs, with the Gunners said to be adamant they will not overpay for Merino. Previous reports have tipped the deal that have gone anywhere between £17 million and £35 million. Now, it's been widely reported that there's a few Spanish clubs interested, and some of those Spanish clubs are the big boys with the likes Atletico Madrid and Barcelona. But they have given up on their interest on Mikel Merino because they believe he will be an Arsenal player. Now, Fabrizio Romano come out yesterday. AFC staff put out a huge tweet regarding Mikel Merino, which we are going to break down very, very shortly. We're also going to be giving updates to Nketiah as well. It's going to be quite a long video, so make sure you watch it the whole way through. But Mikel Merino wants Arsenal. He's open to the Arsenal move. I didn't even realize he actually played with Odegaard at Real Sociedad. So there's a little bit of a connection there between the two players. Now, of course, Arsenal announced today, Man United announced the signing of here we go from Fabrizio Romano with regards to Chido Obi Martin. The Danish forward will be joining Manchester United, which I don't really think it's a huge kick in the teeth because they've got a good academy, Arsenal, and they're bringing out a lot of talent from there. So I don't think it's huge loss for them, but it is a bit of a kick in the teeth. But you win some, you lose some. Arsenal weigh up Leroy Sané bid. Arsenal have now turned their attention to buying Leroy Sané in their pursuit of a new forward. Now, I have been back and forth with Arsenal fans regarding this man. On the socials, on the football terrace. I think Leroy Sané, I think the slander he gets is a little bit unfair, in my humble opinion. You're talking about a guy who's won Premier League titles, been in Champions League finals or semi-finals, won Bundesliga titles. Mikel Arteta is desperate to sign another forward this summer amid links with the likes of Victor Gyökeres and Victor Osimhen. But it is the wide forward Leroy Sané the wide forward Leroy Sané would Sané Wood is the latest of interest. I don't know who wrote this. That's according to Sky Sports Germany, who claim the Gunners are keen on a move, with Sané having just a year on his contract. Leroy Sané, for me, is the sort of player that walks into the Arsenal dressing room and lifts everyone. Winning mentality. Played at World Cups, played at Euros, played in Champions Leagues, won Bundesliga titles, won Premier League titles, and everyone goes, oh, but he's finished. I think it's incredibly harsh. Leroy Sané, for me, home and away in the Champions League, put 2 very good performances in against Arsenal. Now, if you're an Arsenal fan, City fan, whoever you support, you could admit Leroy Sané was good in both of those games, right? He's got a year left on his contract. He's in the prime years of his life. He's 28. He knows Mikel Arteta. He knows Mikel Arteta obviously was the Arteta's right-hand man when City went and won Premier League title with 100 record points, 100 goals. Sané was very, very important in that season. He's won 3 Bundesliga titles, 2 Premier League titles, a Super Cup, an FA Cup. He brings a winning mentality into that dressing room. His numbers at Manchester City are very good. 70 or more than 80 goal contributions in 135 games, 175 games for Bayern Munich, 98 goal contributions. That's like roughly Bukayo Saka level. His record in the Bundesliga overall is very, very good as well. And he's got 60 appearances in the Champions League, which is what Arsenal want to go and do. He's got a year left on his contract. By all means, Bayern Munich are quoting 50, 60 million pound price tag. I think that is bonkers. I don't think he's worth that with 1 year left on his contract. But if you could pick him up for around, I want to say maybe 40 million pounds, I think that's an absolute steal. Arteta loves versatility. 210 games in his career as a left winger, 137 games as a right winger, and 60 games as an attacking midfielder. That right-hand side, in my humble opinion, Arsenal need someone to come in when Bukayo Saka is not. Arsenal fans need to get used to seeing Bukayo Saka on the bench in some games. Just like Manchester City are used to seeing some of their players on the bench. This is what the biggest teams do. Real Madrid, every single week, do not start Valverde, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Modric, Kroos, because it's a squad game. And if Arsenal want to win the Champions League and they want to win the Premier League, they've got a very, very good chance. This is the sort of signing, in my humble opinion, that takes them over the line. Leroy Sané, and they're the only downside to Leroy Sané is his wage demands. Now, I would agree that his wage demands are a little bit, it's a little bit wild, right? Bayern Munich last season, his numbers, 3 goal contributions in 12 in the Champions League, not that great. 27 league games, 19 GAs. So we got over 23 GA in all competitions last season, right? His wage demands are high. Don't get me wrong. They are very high. He's on 384,000 euros a week. That is bonkers. Arsenal are not going to go and make Leroy Sané their highest paid player. There is absolutely no chance of that. But what I've also got to say with regards to Leroy Sané is, if you could lower those wage demands and put him on around 200 to 250, which and maybe up his bonuses, because that's what a lot of the Arsenal players are on. There's 16 players at Arsenal on over £100,000 a week. I looked yesterday. As you can see there, 384,615 euros a week. Imagine earning that much money. That is just ridiculous. But he's in his prime years. So that's probably one of the reasons why he's demanding it. If you put Leroy Sané on the right, when Saka's not there, the drop-off is nowhere near as significant as Reece Nelson. Now, of course, Emil Smith-Rowe has just been announced by Fulham. Eddie Nketiah could be on the verge of joining Marseille. David Ornstein came out yesterday and said regarding him that Marseille made an improved bid, but we'll come to that in a minute because Sky Sports have also got their own opinion on it. But I think he takes them over the line. Also, Arsenal interested in signing Fabian Ruiz and Mikel Merino. That, for me, takes them over the line, wins them the Premier League, puts them in a very, very good position to not only win the Premier League, go and win the Champions League. You know, those are the sort of signings where you don't necessarily go, wow, Mikel Merino, but throughout the season, the performances pick up and you're like, do you know what? He's been absolutely brilliant for us. It's a smart signing. He's got a year left in his contract, Merino. Fabian Ruiz is a little bit more difficult because he's at PSG, but he doesn't start a huge amount of games for PSG. We saw how good he was in the Euros, and I think he surprised a lot of people in the Euros. You get both of those over the line, and Gyökeres, curtains. They win the league. Simple as that. Now, David Ornstein, in terms of outgoings for Arsenal, come out yesterday. This guy's tweeting at gone midnight. You know, no rest for the wicked. He come out with a report with regards to Eddie Nketiah. Exclusive. Marseille have improved offer to sign Eddie Nketiah from Arsenal. New bid nearing 20 million euros. Similar to previous, but closer to formula. AFC 1. Likely to be deemed unrealistic, but talks ongoing. 5-year contract agreed. Marseille, 25-year-old Eddie Nketiah is keen on Marseille move. Now, Eddie Nketiah, for me, I think 20 million euros is that they should be looking at. That's only 15, 16 million pounds. In this market, you know, I think you could quite easily demand 35 million pounds for Eddie Nketiah. A Premier League club out there would pay 35 million pounds. You know, out and out number 9, heavily linked to Marseille. Had a loan spell at Leeds a couple of years ago. I don't ever think he's going to be good enough, but in terms of a squad game, he's an option. But Marseille, a lot slower league. A league which Aubameyang went over and bagged, 30 goals in all comps. Lacazette got 25, 30 goals in all comps. I think Nketiah in that league could score 15, 16 goals a season. In terms of Arsenal, they aren't the best club when it comes to selling players. And I think a lot of Arsenal fans would agree with that. If you could bring in, a Eddie Nketiah for around 35 million pounds. I think that is a fantastic signing. Fantastic bit of business for Arsenal, letting him go at that amount of money. And I think overall, Arsenal now, that's Smith-Rowe off the wage bill. That's Eddie Nketiah off the wage bill. The next one they're looking at moving on is, the likes of Reece Nelson. So in terms of Arsenal, it's very, very, very positive so far in the transfer window for me, for them. Fulham announced the signing of Emil Smith-Rowe, £27 million plus 7 million in add-ons. Lots of people are saying those add-ons are realistic. So we'll have to see how he gets on. Let me know your thoughts, but the road to 20K is well and truly on. We've just hit 16,000 subscribers, which is absolutely obscene. It really is. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you have subscribed. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you all for watching. I am